marine resources, fisheries, shipping and outer islands. Members of the diplomatic corps present. Mrs. Fong Wen Puhan, Senior Chief Executive, Ministry of Tourism and External Communications. Mr. Uchana, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Ocean Economy, Marine Resources, Fisheries, Shipping and Outer Islands. Mr. Javier Janiskowski, Technical Officer from the International Maritime Organization. Technical experts, dear participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. On behalf of the Ministry of Ocean Economy, Marine Resources, Fisheries, Shipping and Outer Islands, I have the pleasure to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the National Seminar on Security Technology, namely the Automatic Identification System, Long-Range Identification and Tracking of Ships System, Ship Security Alert System, and the Maritime Domain Awareness, which is being organized in collaboration with the Prime Minister's Office, the Ministry of Tourism and External Communications, the Mauritius Port Authority, and with the technical assistance of the International Maritime Organization. International shipping, being responsible to carry 90% of the global trade, is the most efficient method of transportation for most goods. Maritime trade is the cornerstone of our economy, and we have to ensure that our waters and ports are safe. The International Maritime Organization has adopted resolutions containing measures to strengthen maritime security and prevent acts of terrorism against international shipping. Several security systems have been developed to diminish the threat posed by allowing ships to be easily tracked, identified, and through exchange of pertinent navigation information. Today in our midst, we have the pleasure to have Mr. Javier Janiskowski, Technical Officer of the Maritime Safety Division at the International Maritime Organization Office in London. Mr. Janiskowski has joined the IMO in 2009. He is responsible for the long-range identification and tracking of ship system and e-navigation, and is part of the subcommittee on navigation, communication, and search and rescue. His rich experience and relevant know-how in the field of maritime security will no doubt enlighten us on the purpose and the importance of maritime technology. I now have the pleasure to invite Mr. Javier Janiskowski to address you.
Redwood Kunju, Ministry of Ocean Economy, Marine Resources, Fisheries, Shipping and Outer Islands. Mr. Ajay Kumar Uchana, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Ocean Economy, Marine Resources, Fisheries, Shipping and Outer Islands. Other distinguished authorities, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to be here once again in Mauritius for this national seminar on automatic identification system, long-range identification and tracking, ship security alert system, and other communication systems for maritime security. The first time I was here in Mauritius was actually in 2009. It was my first mission as part of IMO, and it's a very pleasure for me to be here once again. Let's begin by thanking the Ministry of Ocean Economy, Marine Resources and Fisheries, Shipping and Outer Islands of the Republic of Mauritius for hosting this important seminar in collaboration with other national agencies. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all participants. Over the next 2 days, we will focus on a number of aspects related to communication system for maritime security, such as the AIS system, the LRIT, and SSAS. We will also discuss systems which are part of the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, or well known as GMDSS. The aim of this seminar is to review and discuss the existing ship-to-ship, ship-to-shore, and shore-to-ship communication system, which could contribute to maritime surveillance, monitoring, including as well any future developments on e-navigation. We would also like as well to hear from you and to share information in relation to the establishment or the enhancing of existing maritime situational awareness systems, such as AIS, LRIT, coastal radar, monitoring control, and other surveillance systems. I hope that throughout this seminar, you will be able to share best practices and make recommendations for effective implementation of maritime situational awareness systems. We have brought a number of very important consultants with us with great experience on different maritime security aspects. Mr. Henrik Madsen, IMO Associate Technical Officer, Captain Harold Blaney of the U.S. Coast Guard, and Mr. Paul Devlin of Fulcrum, who has kindly agreed to join us in this seminar. I do hope that you will make the best use of them during this meeting. An important aspect of best practices in the implementation of maritime security is the comprehensive awareness of maritime activity in your water. Improving maritime security and safety facilitates maritime transportation. The collection, fusion, and dissemination of information on marine operations from various sources assist governments in identifying potential maritime threats before they reach your shores. This enhances security, safety, and by extension, your maritime economy. Sharing that information with others in your region enhances the economy of your region as a whole. Maritime security is not new. In fact, issues of maritime security were considered by IMO as far back as the mid-1980s. However, security did not become the new imperative for the maritime industry as a whole until the events of 11 September 2001, following which IMO member states agreed amendments to the SOLAS Convention, including the International Ship and Port Facility Security, or ISPS Code. On 1st July last year, the ISPS Code had its 10th anniversary. It has been in force since 1st July 2004, and since then, governments, ship's crews, ship's operators, and ports have gained considerable experience in the implementation of the code. Ship and port processes have adapted to the new security culture, and maritime security is now an integral part of safe and efficient port operation in ports around the world. For instance, tools such as the Automatic Identification System, or AIS, or the GMDSS communication installation have a safety as well as a security function to fulfill. But delineation of safety and security may not always be clear. It is therefore important to consider the operation of a ship or a port facility from a holistic perspective, accounting for safety, security, and protection of the marine environment. Ladies and gentlemen, during this seminar, we will provide you with an up-to-date on various subject matters related to maritime security and maritime situational awareness. I would like to encourage all of you to ask questions to the international expert and to provide comments or give examples of your own work in the maritime security field so as to generate an effective dialogue, which is exactly the aim of this meeting set out by the organizer. National and regional collaboration and information sharing are fundamental to good maritime security governance and implementation. I look forward to some fruitful discussions and active engagement from all present in this seminar. Last but not least, let me thank Captain Sivaluk, and in particular, and his team, of course, and in particular Ms. Hiram Shamlok, for Secretary of Shipping Development, for making and coordinating all the necessary arrangements for this event. Thank you.
Mr. Garnier, Ambassador from the Republic of France, Mrs. Excellency Mrs. Coles, High Commissioner of Australia, who at time a few days back we are meeting regularly. It's important for Mauritius. Mrs. Fong Wen, Wan, Senior Chief Executive, Ministry of Tourism and External Communications, Mr. Uchana, Permanent Secretary of my ministry, Mr. Yashni Koski, Consultant of IMO, training experts who are here present, and all participants, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you from Mauritius and kind regards to you from the government, especially from our Prime Minister, Sani Jagannath. It gives me great pleasure to address you this morning on the occasion of opening of the National Workshop on Security Technology. Automatic identification system, long range identification and tracking of ships and ship security alert system, and naturally the maritime domain awareness. Mauritius transport and shipping are of vital importance because of the development of Mauritian economy. They are absolutely essential for trade, as more than the lady before us has mentioned it. More than 90% of the goods that we import and export they are carried by ships and pass through our seaport. However, the oceans and the seas are not always heavens of peace. We are therefore have to bring maritime security to the forefront. To this end, the strategic objective adopted by the government with regard to shipping sector is to ensure maritime safety, maritime security, and the prevention of maritime pollution caused by ships and the development of shipping industry and its related activities. Mauritius has acceded to major conventions of the International Maritime Organizations, MOI, and my ministry is in the process of incorporating the provisions of these conventions into our legislation in order to achieve the objective of ensuring maritime safety. In fact, maritime safety has today become one of the major concerns among the shipping community. As we all know, the September 11 attack in 2001 on the World Trade Center in New York triggered a series of actions by the international community to deal with the threat of maritime terrorism, and in this respect, the international maritime community has adopted a series of measures and technologies to enhance port and ship security in order to prevent acts of terrorism against international shipping. These include the increased use by ship of automatic identification systems and ship security alert system. Furthermore, the scourge of piracy in the West Indian Ocean has expanded exponentially, and the northern region of the maritime zone of Mauritius has been severely affected by piracy incidents. More than 300 cases of pirate attacks on ships worldwide were reported by international maritime organizations in 2012. In spite of measures being implemented, piracy still remains a global threat. Mauritius, as a responsible state, is very much concerned with maritime security, and since the merit of utilizing technologies for maritime security is undeniable, my ministry has decided that all vessels, including fishing vessels and pleasure crafts in Mauritius, operating in Mauritius zone, should be fitted with automatic identification system, AIS, in view of the tremendous benefits to be derived from the system. Ladies and gentlemen, with this system, all inward and outward movements of ships around the Mauritian coast will be actively monitored by the National Coast Guard through the Coastal Surveillance Radar System and by the planes and patrol boats. Better identification and prompt response to cases of distress at the sea during search and rescue operations would become possible. Unidentified boats and crafts will be detected promptly, and in the inshore operation of pleasure crafts and tourist boats will be monitored in more effective and efficient manner. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to note that the introduction of the automatic identification system comes at a very opportune moment, where we are initiating action to fully develop our ocean economy. And as you probably know, that we have an exclusive economic zone of some 2.3 million square kilometers. So our potential for the development of our ocean economy across various sectors is really vast. I am sure that with this system, we will be able to better ensure the safety of any necessary information regarding the ship's security system. Therefore, the workshop, and I am convinced, will be very beneficial to all of you, as it will provide a forum for discussions, exchange of views, and the provision of clarifications in the use of automatic system and the associated security technologies. At the end of the workshop, you will be in a better position to understand the importance of using these technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to inform you that Mauritius, in compliance with the provisions of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, that is SOLAS, is already providing the long-range identification and tracking of ships known as LRIT. In fact, the LRIT is a system that has been put in place by the International Maritime Organization, that is the IMO, whereby LRIT information is provided to contracting governments to the 1974 International Convention for the Safety of Life and Sea, and search and rescue services entitled to receive the information upon request through the system of national, regional, cooperative or international LRIT data centers. Mauritius has entered into an agreement with Seminaire Maritime System Limited, that is FMS, of the United Kingdom to provide LRIT services to ensure that ships send daily positions reports at basic rate for 4 times a day, including all the information such as the identity, the location, and date and time of positions of ships wherever they may be positioned. These pieces of information are vital for the safety and security of ships. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that this workshop will not only be very informative, but also highly enriching to all of you. I face this opportunity to express my gratitude to the International Maritime Organization for all assistance provided to us for the conduct of this workshop in Mauritius for the benefit of our stakeholders. My heartfelt thanks also go to the international speakers who have traveled a long way to participate in this workshop. And I'll invite those who are coming for the first time, please visit our small beautiful island before you go back. I also thank all the staff, members of our ministry who have worked hard to ensure the successful organization of this workshop. I wish you all a very fruitful deliberation and have the pleasure to declare this workshop open. Thank you very much.